Hello guys, it's me again, Denner, and I'm going to show you how to fix the problem on the multiple response list that I encountered during the export in Surveybe. As you know, Surveybe Designer is the one that makes you design your questionnaire into electronic format, and then you can use the implementer like this one to export your questionnaire and perform your interview electronically using a tablet, Windows based tablet. And the problem here is whenever I try to enter data of multiple responses like this one, so example, I choose the soil type of red and clay. So this so like in this case, if a certain farmer choose to have two answers for soil type like red and clay, it will export out to have two soil types. So what we do is we export this via SPSS, and after exporting we run the syntax, and after running the syntax, that's where we will have the syntax in SPSS and CSV component like this one. So this is a CSV and this is the SAB or the SPSS format. In STATA, there's no problem running STATA. All the data are clean. There's not much mix up of the data as you can see here. But in SPSS, I notice, example, we go to the rice parcel where the soil type selection is located, and let's wait for it to open. So in this case, I have this farmer ID 12416. Hey, we go way beyond on the soil type, so he has a clay loam. And then if you go to the far end of the page of the table, you see there's already a mix up of values here. So why does this happen? So this is very crucial for data collectors like us, for those who are doing analysis and data checking, quality data checkers. It's a complete mix up. You see there's corn here, loam here, then suddenly values. So what happens is the syntax itself is the problem here. So in order to remedy that, how to do it? Well, in this case, if you go to STATA, in STATA, after soil type where you have the multiple response, the column is beside the soil type. So this is the main soil type. So if he has answered 5, which is clay loam, it represents clay loam. But if he answers like two types, like 5 and 2, like 5 and 1 for example, red and clay loam, it will appear here 5, 1. So that's red and clay loam will have the answers. But in so you see the format here, if you have the multiple answers, it will generate more columns for multiple answers, multiple responses. In the case of the SPSS, for example, if you go to the rice part of the same table, the soil type goes at the last part of the table or the dataset, and I think that's where the soil type answer should be coming from here. Soil type 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That would be representing these values here. And what it does is, this is the correct placement of the numbers. So I might have choose red and then this, and it became go far at the end, which is wrong. So that's where I found out and contacted Surveybe guys, Mark, and Mark was able to identify the problem as well. As per his email, says that I need to do two things. There's two options. Option one is to move the columns of the file exported designer to match the SPSS file type like this, and which I think which is already exported to match the SPSS file, or is to edit the SPSS file to match the exported data like this. So I think I'll go for option 2, where I need to export the data like this. So if you notice, the multiple responses should be together instead of being separated. So like in this case, the multiple response list should be moved to the nearest question of the multiple response list. So let's try doing that on the syntax. So this is the syntax in SPS, and also noted that it should be the correct path, otherwise I'll have problems. So that is another consideration that you need to identify. So this will be tedious because you have to do it manually, but just to save time as well, you have to do this. Otherwise, the Surveybe guys will have to do the fix on this. So in this case, I have this selection that I need to move near the soil type. So wait, yeah, so this is column soil type F19 under 102, and I will just copy this one and move it up under the soil type. So that solves the problem. Asset. Wait. So while doing this, we have to identify other, you know, should I also doing it in the variable label? That I haven't checked yet. Okay, so this will be a trial and error thing. It's the first time I'm gonna do this, so I think after every command you have to put period. So on the get data, I try to move the soil types 1 to 6 or 99 from the soil to the main soil type column. Same goes with the variable labels. I try to copy all the soil type from the end near the soil type main column here, which is 161. And let's try to look for other multiple response lists that might be affecting get data, water management, value labels. So yeah, this will be taking a lot of your time just to identify multiple responses. Or if you are familiar on how your questionnaire was designed, you can easily compare it with STATA. So what I'm doing right now is comparing all my information with STATA and SPSS. So if you have multiple responses here, not here, so this one is, I think this one, okay. Yeah, I think this one, module F. Now I have to check the practices as well. So the practices, you have to search, control F, practices, and so I think this will go same as the source of tech information. So I copy this, so maybe enter here first so you can know the placement. Copy this and put it on here, remove the period, and then put the period here. I think it also goes with the source of tech information here. Carry on the area, copy, control X, paste it here, then remove the period here and put it underneath. Okay, so I did both. So fertilizer timing, nope, nope. So far there's no multiple responses. So I don't know if you can detect multiple response list, but in this case I can only remember which are the multiple response lists. Source of information can be, oh, the source of information as well. So besides from the materials, it's also the source of information. So yes. So in the practices again, I had to go back. Even in the materials use, maybe we search next, 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 and maybe it's taking too long. So yep. This syntax actually represents the how the file will be exported in either SPSS, in SPSS actually. And yeah, I still have, so this is very tedious, so I hope it can be fixed at the soonest possible time in order to make this work. um, there you are. So in the material info we also need to copy, in the material info, this one, copy and copy, yes, and delete. Oops, I forgot to cut it out. Need to cut it out. Yeah, and I think same goes with here. Enter. Cut it out here. Paste it there. Remove the period and period here at the end. Okay. So I think that's the only multiple response list. I'm gonna check it out how the export works. So I will say this syntax as the, what do you call this? Let's call this the syntax rice mineral 2, which is the corrected one. Let's save it. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll export. So this is just, yeah, this is just to check if the survey will now match with the ones I have here. So what we'll do is we'll run this, check it out, Control A, select all, then voila. Ah, okay, this saved it as parcel 1 because I have an open file, the same thing, this one. So well, that's good for me. So I think they changed everything except the tables rice mineral and rice parcel, which are both open. So we can now compare. Let's see. So I'd open this. Okay, so now I'm opening. Hopefully it's correct. Let me check. Not, there's not mix up, no mix up. Nice. I think this is now the correct data because as you can see, there's no more mixed values here. You see, it's red and it's clay, and it's red clay loam only. So yeah, and then if nice, data still intact, and so this is the salt type, which is already a corrected version. So let's try going to the previous rice mineral output file. So this one is the rice parcel. Where's the original one? Yeah, so this is the original one. As you can see, it only represents numbers. So the values here must move up here. And what we can do now is check whether if if there's monsoon, yes, then there's values here. If it's no, then there's none. So let's check it out. No, oh, they could have put yes here. Yes, still a ring. Okay, so I think this is already some outlier error in entry of the enumerator. So far so good. It has the correct number. So how many centimeters? In centimeters. So I think this is in yeah, I think this is already correct. Panic initiation data is now readable because example what stage days submerge, that's the correct days in it. Rain harvest before, variety type. Okay, seed rate is 40 kilograms. Okay, and the production, oh, the production is the important part. Production we will check later. Total kg, price of press body. Yeah, this is more reliable compared to the initial one, which is this one. If you are going to read it, you see there's a mix up of the month, then some numbers here, third week, then some blanks here, and year planted is not really year that you can see, it's just 2017 month, week, there's blanks here. So this is a very mixed up system. How many kilograms, number of sacks, and the total kg doesn't really make sense. So yeah, I think we did work it out. We did have a correct rice parcel listing here with the correct with the correct data. So I think that works it up. So I hope the Surveybe guys will be able to correct this manner in order for us to work well, and because that's what we're paying for. So again, I think that's how you solve the SPSS problem when the multiple response list is being activated on your design. So see you again. Hope this helps. See ya.